Now I invite Dr. Jayanto Quila, a flawless cataract surgeon and excellent clinician, and he will tell us how raised IOP can complicate the post-cataract surgery outcome. Dr. Jayanto, your talk, please.
করলাম এটাকে শেয়ার করবো কেন না করেন এই তো আসছে আসছে A distress call at midnight after an uncomplicated phacoemulsification surgery. Patient complaining of severe headache, nausea and vomiting, inability to eat. Two thoughts of operating surgeon. If it is an uncomplicated surgery, whether air bubble was left in AC or whether viscoelastic was retained. And if it is a complication took place, is it due to vitreous upthrust or retained fragment in AC or PC? But gravest situation is endophthalmitis. To differential diagnosis, first increased intraocular pressure and second severe acute onset bacterial endophthalmitis by Bacillus cereus. Why Bacillus cereus is a concern? Because it causes massive destruction of the vitreous and retina and severe visual impairment or loss of vision within 12 to 48 hours after infection. What to look for when patch removed next day in OPD? Check vision first. Lid swelling, moderate to severe, rule out endophthalmitis. Nil or mild, other causes. Congested, moderate to severe, rule out endophthalmitis. Mild to moderate, other causes. Fundal glow not seen, again rule out endophthalmitis and advice for ultrasonography B-scan. Fundus glow is good, heave a sigh of relief. And at that time, check intraocular pressure with sterile precautions. Look into the antechamber. Hypopion, omnious sign, treat for endophthalmitis. Retained fragment, needs removal. Vitreous in AC, apply anti-glaucoma medication or vitrectomy if required. So main cause for the postoperative intraocular pressure increase is that the viscoelastic agent remains in the eye, which causes a mechanical obstruction of the trabecular meshwork. Note the stromal microcystic edema. Incomplete removal of the dispersive viscoelastic agents is often the cause. What to do when air is the troublemaker? Just dilate the pupil, slightly decompress AC from side port, IV mannitol, oral glycerol, or oral acetazolamide for symptomatic relief as per requirement. Postoperative inflammation. Fibrin may cause increased IOP. Pseudoexfoliation eyes are at greater risk. Peripheral flat AC. Inflammatory fibrin membrane occludes the pupil, and accumulation of aqueous in the posterior chamber causing the increased intraocular pressure. So first ultrasonography B-scan to rule out infection and increase frequency of steroid drops and add dilating drops. Next, peep into the posterior segment. Dropped nucleus or dropped IOL. Both needs removal. Another cause, a steroid responder. According to Chang et al., most of the severest response were diagnosed between 5 and 14 days postoperatively. Difluprednate 0.05% was more likely to induce IOP elevation than prednisolone acetate. Rapid tapering of the strong steroid or shift to soft steroid, additional oral or topical anti-glaucoma medication. This IOP increased is most likely more in increased risk in tamsulosin users. 3.8 times more likely to have an IOP of 30 millimeter mercury or higher. This alpha-1A adrenergic receptor agonists might act on the iris sphincter in the opposite manner as pilocarpine, causing increased intraocular pressure. So remember, risk factors for early postoperative intraocular pressure elevation: first, residual viscoelastic material, then complication during surgery, glaucoma, pseudoexfoliation, tamsulosin intact, and topical steroid application in steroid responders. Many recommend applying a combination of dorzolamide, timolol, or brinzolamide topically twice per day.